hey, it's late. We're very tired.
Yes, we've been doing something, trying to bring some beautiful, I guess, media.
Oh yeah, gorgeous, beautiful media. And it's the night before our last day of shooting for the movie. We've been trying to go see this for a few days too.
Yes, and then we've been like in your hometown, and then also in smaller towns. And I was like, all right, we got to go see this and this.
Yeah.
This. But we finally got around to seeing this movie that I'm pretty excited to talk about.
Yeah, same here actually. And like it's since tomorrow's like our last day, like both of us were like, we're gonna be tired. We're gonna be tired. We had a pretty long day of shooting today. It was about a 12-hour day.
Yeah.
We had a long day of shooting today, but we were both like, we got one more day left. We really want to see this movie. Sure, we'll probably be really tired tomorrow, but it's fun. We caught it. We went to go eat dinner after we finished earlier, and then we were like, screw it. We went to go see at 10 p.m. We're like, it better be pretty good or we're going to fall asleep during this film.
Yes, especially in the theater we were in, y'all. Like we
Dude.
went to go see this at, I don't know if you got an AMC, Dine-In or
whatever. It was an AMC Dine-In, yeah.
The AMC Dine-In, or maybe, you guys know the those eat-in restaurants.
Yeah.
And there was, like, reclinable seats, like leather. They had little tables that came around in front of us. We were like, all right, maybe we can get, like, get a drink or something while we're here. And we decided against that because we didn't want to fall asleep during this movie.
No, we didn't. I mean, we looked at these reclining, like, lazy boy seats. We're like, oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
We might be in trouble here. And you said, like, halfway through, you're like, I'm tempted to, like, hit, like, recline on here, but that might be... It's like you can tell we came directly from filming to the movie because I'm still fucking dressed in character.
Yeah, so y'all, it's what, 20 some odd degrees out here, and this is not my type of weather. As y'all can tell, I'm thermaled up. I got on, it's rough. But we braved the weather. We braved us being tired. We braved us almost falling asleep and eating a big dinner, which we should not have done.
Portillo's right beforehand.
Yes.
Like, oh, everything is going to make us really, really tired during this. This is like my type of weather. It's fucking cold.
This is gross.
It is fucking cold. So, so we went to go see Widows, and it is a huge testament to the movie that we did not fall asleep during the film.
Yes. It kept our attention, and it kept us awake.
It kept us awake. Like it actually is a really big compliment to the movie that I didn't have any soda or anything like during it. Like if I felt myself like falling asleep at all during it, like I would have ordered something. I would have ordered something to drink, like just like a Coke or a Dr. Pepper or something. That's what I had to do like when I went to the 10:30 of Sherlock Gnomes.
I thought you were gonna say like the 10:30 of Life of the Party.
No, rage was keeping me awake during that. Rage wasn't keeping me awake during Sherlock Gnomes. I had to go get caffeinated during that. But this is the new Steve McQueen movie. If you haven't seen trailers for it, it pretty much shows you in the trailer that there are some name actors that are going to die pretty early on into the movie. And they do before the credit pops up.
Yeah, it's like, all right, what's gonna boom? Widows. Oh, okay, got it. I know what I'm in for now.
This is the one where the husbands are Liam Neeson, John Bernthal. Did you recognize the other?
Two other Hispanic males, I think.
Yeah.
Somebody named Carlos. His character's name was Carlos. I don't know that. That's going to come across as sounding super duper racist. The character's name was Carlos. And then some other guy. So it was basically, like you got the guy, man from Taken, and the Punisher.
Yeah.
Out there, committing some crime, and then
eat it before the opening title pops up on screen.
Yes.
Like, and I had a feeling that's what they were gonna do too. I'm like, oh, they're gonna do it. They're gonna they are gonna riddle these guys with bullets and just blow the both of them up. Like. Well before like Seagal bought it an executive decision.
Oh yeah, this is like what, 5 minutes into the movie?
It's the opening scene.
Yeah.
It's actually really, really well done because it smashes right into them like finishing up this heist. Bernthal's taken one like in the gut. They're like just running with this money, getting in this van. There's like cops chasing them and everything. Like it's tense. It's like sweaty and intense, and they're cursing and everything. And then meanwhile, throughout this sequence, it does a really good job of kind of setting up just in really brief 1 minute increments what these guys were like beforehand, what their relationship is with their wives, what their home life is like. So Bernthal's got one in the gut. They're running from cops, and then it's cutting to like him being like the spouse. Like, he's pretty much playing the same character he played in Baby Driver, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I was like, so he drove up from Atlanta to Chicago to go do more things.
Yeah,
but yeah, like you're right with but they'll show like John Barenthal's as the spouse abuser, and the thing is, cool about it is it opens up with just like a beautiful scene with the husband and wife in bed.
Oh,
and and they're kissing, and you're like, oh, this is really sweet. And then it's smash cut. Oh shit, we're running from the police. They're doing this. They're doing that.
Yeah,
and they're showing like these 4 guys. They're showing. They'll focus on one of them, and then they'll show what they were like for 30 seconds or a minute back at home. So you see John Barenthal's putting hands on his wife, Liam Neeson's loving his wife. One of the guys that's married to Michelle Rodriguez is got some in debt to some people.
Yeah, they run like a clothing store or something.
Yeah. They looks like they sell like quinceañera dresses.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I forgot what their situation was, but yeah, it was just like
they had a newborn.
Yeah, they had a newborn. And she was like, "You're just not home enough to take care of him." So yeah, and to Steve McQueen's testament to him, like the way this opens up, that action scene was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it's gritty as shit. There is just steam off of like the puddles of just shit in the alley as they're driving through.
Yeah, and like this movie is set in Chicago, which I am about to go visit in the next like 18 hours.
You still going to after seeing that?
I'm gonna stay away from these neighborhoods. Okay, you know what though, and I'm sure we'll get to it later. But to keep with where we're at now, this beautiful like action scene that's shot by Steve McQueen, who I honestly didn't think had it in him. Because I'm used to seeing his stuff being like beautiful artsy things and beautiful like static shots or shots of like, just looking, absorb this. And so I was like, all right, Steve McQueen's one of those, the Oscar directors. Like he won for 12 Years a Slave. But with this, it's like it feels like gritty. I'm not gonna say it's like on a Michael Mann level or anything.
Sure.
But it puts you in the middle of the action and it grabs your attention. So I was like, the second that popped up, I said, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna fall asleep during this.
No, totally. And he's even with his previous movies, he's shown that he could do gritty, but to throw in the action and stuff. This movie really reminded me of like an Oscar caliber version of something you'd see in the 70s, like a girl group action movie from the 70s, like Angel's Revenge, or like Rape Squad, or like something like that. Like
you going with some deep cuts?
I am, yeah.
You're like, what, the Rape Squad? What? What the hell is that?
Of all, did you ever see that fucking movie?
Fuck no.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
That movie's something else and a half.
All right.
we need to dye this guy's balls blue so they know who he is.
But it's kind of, I would say, for something that's I think majority of people have seen. Imagine like Thelma and Louise. But like grittier and inner city. Like it's not like some fun cross country adventure that they get caught by the police. It's like shit is terrible. This is Chicago. This is like middle of America. Even like. What's one of the characters is like, how am I gonna get a gun? She's like, this is America. Like
this is
easy.
And that was probably the easiest shot they had in the movie too.
Yeah. Like they had a list like we need to find a car, we need to get some guns, and we need to figure out what this is.
Yeah.
And
that was actually like hardly like fair really, because the blonde girl like. That's easy enough. She just goes into like just this gun pawn shop and just grabs a couple. Poor Michelle Rodriguez is saddled with like, look, we got blueprints of something. We don't know what it is. Just try to figure that out.
Look it up. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but all right. But yeah, like the cast, like even so, we said we got Viola. Is it Viola or Viola?
I would say Viola.
Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Cello Davis. She's out here. She's in here, of course, kicking ass, as she always does, no matter what she's in. Yeah. She's always doing a great job. She even managed to do well in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But she's in here, of course, doing a great job. Michelle Rodriguez, I have not seen her act this well in a long time.
And I love Michelle Rodriguez. Like, I mean, and you're right. Michelle Rodriguez is mostly known for like just some cheesy
The
action
Fast and
movies.
Furious.
Yeah, and she's really good in those too, but she can act. I've seen her act several times before, and like beyond, and she's good in the action movies too. She's really good in those movies, but it is nice having this movie to see her in this. Like, yeah, she actually does have a lot of chops on her.
Yeah, and it's in, like, I didn't know she had this in her. Like, I've seen her do well in other action movies, and she's kind of restrained, but she's always playing, like, that tomboyish character.
Sure, yeah.
And you're like, all right, like, I've seen you basically kind of do the same role over and over and over. But here it's like, all right, I'm actually seeing, like, there is some depth to her acting ability, and it was, like, a testament to her. And then I forgot the blonde girl's name, but I've seen her in stuff before. And
What
she's
has she
great.
been in?
I'm gonna look her up. This is just fuck it. But
she is really solid in this movie. What the movie does a really good job at is because, okay, the villains go up to Viola Davis and say, your husband stole $2 million from us. You have a month to get us the money that your husband stole from us, that were also incinerated in this fire that your husband and his crew died in. What I like here is, like, okay, so Viola Davis has to put together this group that's her, and it's the other widows who have this playbook that Liam Neeson has left Viola Davis that is like plans for what would have been his next heist. Now they're doing that, and it's a $5 million payout, so they can pay off the $2 million, keep a few $1 for themselves. What I really like that they do here is that it actually establishes that, like, they do have lives outside of this, like, where it's like, okay, yeah, I can do this. Like, I can go talk to this guy. I can go get this gun. I can look into this information, but I gotta find a babysitter. Like, I still have a job. I still have, like, a job at a salon. Like, I really like that about this movie. Like, at the end of the day, like, okay, sure, there is a $5 million payout, but that is a gamble that we're going to get this. I still have a job.
Yes. It's like, yeah, someone has to watch my kids. I can't just leave them here while I go rob a bank. My children are my life. So you understand, like, they're in the positions that they're in, and they actually address that. Like, I think you're right, they did it really well, and that's not something that you see in a lot of heist films. Like, usually they're just like, all right, we can go rob these people and reset. Yeah, these people are these women are in a situation where they're in dire straits, but they still have responsibilities.
Yeah.
And the other girl that we're talking about, the other actress is Elizabeth Debicki Debicki. She was great. You may know her. She was Aisha in Guardians of the Galaxy, the Gold Queen woman. That's her.
Oh,
so yeah,
okay.
like when you see her, you be like, oh, that's her. Just she had gold paint on.
All right. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Even like her son, like they give each of these characters their own backstory, their own depth. You see Michelle Rodriguez with the babysitter and her taking care of her kids, and this character that the blonde plays, who is basically being told by her mom to become an escort.
Yeah. It was okay. Here's the thing. When I was watching this scene, because I work somewhere now where I work with all women. And they talk whatever, and one of them was like, yeah, there's plenty of sites out there like sugar daddies and sugar mamas, like sugar babies, and I was like, do people do that? She's like, I've done it. Like, I've made, like $5,000 in a week, and I was like, did you sleep with anybody? She's like, no, they just like spending time with me. That's not the way this girl plays it. No. She's fucking these guys. Well, fucking this guy.
It was interesting to try to get a read on this guy too. Like, like I'm trying, like, as he's there, I'm like, this could go several ways in a movie like this. I'm like, either this guy is like maybe going to turn out to be fine-ish, as fine as a person like this could probably be, or it's going to be John Bernthal Part 2.
Yeah, I hope not. But well, you'll figure it out. But they, of course, you got all the women in here crushing it, but like also like the male actors in here were doing a great job too.
Oh, dude!
Like there's Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell being an alderman in this movie, being like basically trying to take over, was it the 18th Ward of Chicago?
For alderman.
Alderman, and he's trying to take it over from his father who had it, and his father's father who had it, and it's a whole line of this family running the 18th Ward, and basically not doing anything for it. It's basically a shit-strung ghetto, as they showed this. I'm not talking shit about Chicago. I'm about to come there. I don't want y'all hurting me when I come to Chicago.
here's how well this is doing in Chicago, because normally, like, in a movie that you would see like this, you have Colin Farrell as, like, the dynasty politician. Like, okay, well, all right, he's probably the bad guy. He's probably a corrupt politician. And then there's this newer guy who's running as alderman against him, and, like, oh, this is going to be our, like, you know, local hero and all that. This... No, it's both of these guys running against each other for this alderman race, but they're both corrupt and fucked up.
I didn't see it that way, though.
The guy came in and strangled Viola Davis's dog.
Okay, yo, you got to get shit done, and now he was
and I agree with that.
And like, you know what, I will try to avoid anything past a certain point, because there's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I won't, because it's spoiler territory, and I want you to, if you go and see this, to enjoy it. But like with Brian Tyree Henry's character, Brian Tyree from Atlanta, so I might be a little biased. Yeah, one of my favorite shows. He's playing this. I think his name was John Mulligan. And he's basically trying to fix his city. He actually lives in the 18th ward. He's like, it's a shitty, like, your family hasn't done anything else for us for generations. You don't even really live here. Like, you live on, like, this little house that's on the corner that they actually show him go to. Oh which is kind of cool. But you got to have it on two sides. So you got Colin Farrell, who's like the kind of swarmy, like, I'm a dynasty politician. I can get whatever I want to. I've got to have had a silver spoon. And then you see it on Brian Tyree Henry's side, where he's like, yo, like, I've terrorized this community and like everything else, but I want to get my life together and I want to help these people. And so you kind of see it from both sides. Like, one person's like a monster that's trying to turn good, and the other one is like a monster that just kind of doesn't really know better, but he wants to do good. Like, he has good intentions.
And that's what I like. I like that they both are using corruption. Honestly, they're not. Neither one of them is really squeaky clean. In this film.
Well, neither of them.
And that I really liked about this movie. And I also like too that the wives really aren't friends.
No.
Like, at all.
No,
like, this isn't Ocean's 8. This isn't that kind of heist robbery movie where, like, hey, we're pulling a heist and we're all shooting the shit afterwards. Like, they really kind of... Well, some of them get along with each other just fine, but for the most part, like, I wouldn't go so far as to call them friends necessarily, especially towards Viola Davis's character. There's parts where they just slap each other in this film.
And rightfully so.
No, and I agree. Yeah, rightfully fucking so. And it shows that, like, this isn't fucking Ocean's 8 going in here doing, like, fucking comedy shtick as much as I would kill for the... If that happened in a movie, in that fucking movie, Sandra Bullock just slapped one of them.
Shut up, Rihanna. Oh shit,
shit, this got dark.
Yeah, but like they're not put in this situation because they're out there to have fun. They're put in this situation as like, if we don't do this, we're gonna die.
And the movie's really honest with that too. It always remains grounded, even when it gets to the heist part of it. It builds it up to where. You find out more and more as it goes along, even with details involving the heist. But it never suddenly turns into like, oh, then a giant car chase happens or this big third act sort of spectacle goes on. Like, there's car wrecks that happen in it, but given how really grounded this is, that car wreck that happens is pretty realistically dealt with fast with very real repercussions to it.
Yeah.
And speaking of...
Wear your seatbelts.
Oh, yeah. Him in this movie.
Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. And Black Panther and everything else.
He is amazing in this fucking film.
Yes. Okay, this movie, like, I loved almost like every facet of it, every minute of it, but like this movie so needed more of him because like this dude is a fucking terrorist.
He is
so great.
Terrifying in this film.
Yes.
And he works for the lesser of the two evils of the politicians.
And that's one of the things. God damn it, I want to spoil so much of this. But
if you want to spoil something, just go for it. Just
because like here's the thing. If this is a bad movie,
spoil,
but like I don't want to just say all this stuff and then people go out and see it and they're like, well, I already knew that was coming, so it kind of ruined my experience. But with Brian Tyree Henry's character, he is like, he's telling like, Dan, he's like, bro, like cut this shit out. Like,
yeah,
like I don't want to be like in this anymore. Like, I'm trying to do good for my community, and like we can make good money doing this. Like, I know you're all about the money, but we can do it another way. And like Daniel Kaluuya's character is like, I'm going out to get mine, and like he is like torturing like people who you shouldn't be torturing, and he is
stabbing a paraplegic in the legs because he knows he can't feel it. Can't feel this, huh?
And then he
can't feel this.
He is just a monster. He's like terrorizing people. You see this in the trailers. He's like terrorizing people at funerals. Like he's like, hey, I see you. I see you're burying your husband, but you know I want my fucking money.
A real quick glimpse of that one scene is in the trailer too, where when they're in that gymnasium and those two guys they were keeping in that dumpster or whatever. It was, and he gets out and makes them rap for a little bit, as you see the part in the trailer where he's just like
staring them down.
Jesus fucking
and he's like
Christ.
In their face, like, and this like it's probably the most intimidating thing I've seen in the movie, because he's like he's just like staring and he's just like, what the fuck, and he's like, and the guy's like trying to rap, he's like, no, keep going, keep going, he's just staring, and so you're just like, what the fuck is he gonna do? And then he does what he does.
I'll tell you what he's doing. He's daring us to fall asleep during the
I thought he's like, fall asleep, stab,
fall asleep in this. I fucking dare
Daniel
you.
Kaluuya just shows up to every theater to somebody falls asleep and stabs them. Get up, watch my movie, I'm good. But yeah, like he's fantastic in here, and this is like, he was one of the even though he was great, and it pains me to say this, he was somewhat cartoony.
No, he is.
Yeah, it was like all right, there are evil people in this world that like eat people and kill prostitutes and shit. But like, he is just like vile. He's like there's nothing about him that you're like, oh, like he's a family man, or no, it's just like, I'm a monster, and you're like, all right, here we go. He's like a comic book villain.
Oh yeah, I mean, it didn't feel, he is the most over the top in this movie, but never in a way that it never took me out of the movie. It never made me think, oh, he belongs in a different movie. Like, it never made me think that about it. But he was the most movie villainous in it.
He is the enforcer that you want on your side, not the other side.
Yeah, he's not, but he is, along with a lot of other things in the movie. I mean, he's quiet. Like, he's not screaming like a madman. He's not shouting out any kind of one-liner or anything like that. His intimidation and everything it's coming from his eyes. Yeah. Like, not blinking and just staring these people down.
Yeah, and he's not, like, a big, imposing guy, either. Like, he's shorter than, like, everyone he's terrorizing. Like, I'm pretty sure he was shorter than Viola Davis in this movie. Yeah. And he's like, what? He's, like, staring, like, looking up at people and staring in their eyes. And you're like, all right, I don't want to mess with this guy because something's obviously off.
Yeah.
So him, everyone's great in here. Robert Duvall being the basically Trump era. Yeah. He's saying some very questionable things.
Right.
He's like, oh, that's problematic, sir.
You do realize there's a camera crew in the room, right?
Yeah. Like, don't do this. Don't stop. But yeah, even Robert Duvall popping up in here, like, and he has a tendency where if he's not like starring in the movie, he can kind of just like, it feels like he's just reading his lines to get his check and then jet. But like in here, it actually felt like, all right, Steve McQueen had to dragged the performance out of him, because even he is like, you motherfucker, no, you're like he's one of the big. This movie is basically about change. So with the alderman thing, obviously you have the election coming up between the black guy and the white guy, but you also have the change of the guard between a liberal son and a conservative father. Yeah. So you see that, and you're just like, all right, like you're seeing like inner family squabbles that obviously are going to be happening during Thanksgiving this year. So shout out.
Robert Duvall threatens to spank him.
Yeah.
At one point in the
I will beat your ass. Colin Farrell's like, my guy, I'm 48. Like, what are you going to do to me? He's like, you were dying in front of my eyes, and like, what are you going to do?
Oh, that was a great scene. I mean, Robert Duvall is screaming, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," threatening to spank him, and Colin Farrell just says, like, you know what the greatest thing is you're gonna die soon.
Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, man, it was this movie managed to keep our attention and keep us awake
Yeah.
after a 12-hour day of shooting.
Yeah.
Being in the cold and doing like everything,
Yeah, man.
eating a heavy ass dinner and all that other stuff, and it kept our attention. It kept us awake, and against all odds, it kept us entertained.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this.
I did too. I really, really, really enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. I'm glad we went to go see this and probably not Girl in the Spider's Web.
If you were gonna go see that, I would be like, oh no, I'll go to my hotel and watch Inglourious Bastards on Showtime again. I'm not going to go see the Dragon Tattoo series.
That's one of like 5 movies I'm gonna see when I get back to Springfield. I gotta
Enjoy
pull
that.
in, like, yeah, well, I already got Grinch out of the way, so at least that's good.
You guys are welcome for Grinch.
Yeah,
he suffered for you. He's your Dr. Seuss Jesus.
Yeah, my grumpy ass sitting in that theater with a group of kids wearing Grinch pajamas, and there's me sitting in there with that dark green jacket of mine, just being more of a Grinch during that movie than the actual Grinch on screen.
Yeah, so like if you got kids, I guess this weekend, especially since Thanksgiving's coming up,
take them to Widows.
Take your kids to Widows. I love it. But yeah, take your kids to the Grinch, and maybe if there's a same showing of Widows popping up, maybe go in there and leave your kids in the Grinch. Keep in mind, I'm not encouraging you to abandon your children in the theater, but if they're old enough to take care of themselves and are smart enough not to get kidnapped, it'll be good.
Yeah, just stay in the theater. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but stay in here until I come and get you. I don't care if the movie's over.
What rating would you give this?
On a scale of what? Like, am I going my old site?
Go for it.
My old site
double
rating?
Toasted
My
scale.
double toasted rating. This would be 100% a full price for me.
It's a full price.
Like, I'm probably gonna go see this again. Like,
I'll take Laura to see this.
Yeah, and if not, I'm 100% buying this on Blu-ray, because I feel like there's like with all I saw, with all the action that was going on, and all the story and the beats, I feel like there's like small details that I missed, and I like going like movies that I thoroughly enjoy. I like going through them with a fine-tooth comb and being like, all right, I love that choice in editing. I love this choice in direction. I love that they turn that light on and turn this one off. Things like that. So like this is definitely a movie I would recommend people to go out and see if you're going to go out this weekend for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Creed 2 is coming out as well. That
and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we saw a trailer for that amongst like 15 other ones for
fucking
other shit.
Right. We were glad we were running late. We were like, oh shit, thank God we'll miss some trailers so we can get right to the movie. No. We got like 10 trailers in front of this.
Some movie called Miss Bala.
Miss Bala?
Miss Bala. A bullet solves everything.
Those 2 girls going to that nightclub, you lean over to me and go, that one's fucking dead.
Yeah, okay, y'all gotta go. You're on YouTube right now watching this, or wherever you are. Search Miss Bala, and watch the trailer. And the second the trailer starts, it's like, oh my God, I love you. Let's go out and get some drinks. I'm like, she's getting kidnapped. 5 seconds later, everyone get on the ground. I'm like, there it is.
Well, I'm sitting there watching that trailer like, let me guess, January and then February 1st.
February 1st.
Nice try. That's a January movie.
Okay, but let me ask you this though. Like, we saw like a shit ton of trailers, and almost all of them were coming out in February, outside of like Creed 2, which was like one of the first ones they showed.
Creed 2 and The Favorite, which comes out on like Christmas, I think.
But then we had Miss Banya, whatever the fuck it's called. Miss Toilet Banya.
Miss Toilet.
And then
Aquaman, we got that.
Aquaman, and then what's the Alita Battle Angel?
Oh, yeah, that comes out in February.
And I'm a little concerned for that. Oh, we also saw a trailer for a new Taraji P. Henson movie, What Men Want.
I've gotten that one a few times. Yeah.
What Men Want. So yeah, February is gonna be, I don't know, it's shaping up to be back to what it used to be, a good old trash month.
A good old
trash month. I miss
the bastard son of January.
Yeah, because like, what was it? Last year we had Get Out and other things. 2 years ago. It's blending together now.
Black Panther was February last year, I think.
February of this year.
Or this shit. It
That was,
still
Black
2000.
Panther.
It feels like we've been filming this movie very long. And that it's now 2000.
Trump makes all things feel long. But so it looks like February is shaping up to be another good old fashioned trash month, and I can't wait because those are my favorite movies. We've talked about since I've been here, y'all. We've talked about
Fateful Findings.
Fateful Findings.
Ones that I haven't seen that you have.
Oh, Senorita Justice.
Piece of My Heart.
Piece of My Heart. Y'all, Hulu, Piece of My Heart. Like not like a piece, like Pizza of my heart. Senorita Justice, Piece of My Heart. The Fast and the Fierce. That's on Amazon and I believe Hulu. I'm gonna get a chance to be exposed to Tequila and Bonetti.
I made you copies of Tequila and Bonetti.
I didn't want to say you made me copies, man. We're gonna go to jail. You can't be out here copying. I had nothing to do with this. I don't have any copies. That FBI warning pops up. Get this, man.
Like I just pointed my video camera at my television set and hit record. You can hear me just eating behind it.
You selling these at barbershops now, Brad? You going to the hood ass barbershops in Chicago?
Bonetti.
Yo, I got the Tequila and Bonetti though.
You gotta see Dancing It's On sometime.
Okay.
Like, trust me, I can't. It's hard for me to describe because it's one of those that describing it just makes it sound like a generic dance movie. You really have to see this fucking movie, man.
It sounds fucking epic, man. I wish, and I told y'all, I was talking to his wife and him about this. I was like, I make it a point to at least watch one bad movie every weekend. It's usually two, but at least one. And I really wish, like, man, I could just. There's got to be some way to just. I watch trash all the time. Here you go. But yeah, if you enjoy trash, people, just I can give you a list. Just find me. Find me on the internet. Find me elsewhere. Find me on Twitter.
You want to mention your Twitter?
Oh,
Instagram?
yeah. My Instagram is at the highscore DT. I'm not changing it. Fuck it. I don't work there anymore. But I'm not. No, actually, you know what? I think my Instagram is DB Cooper KG. So either way. But my Twitter is at the highscore DT, or you can search Young Padme, like the Star Wars character, and you can find me there. And then Korey Goodwin on Facebook. You have to be friends with somebody else that's a friend with me. But yeah, if y'all reach out to me, and I can give you a litany, a thick list of terrible films, and they're on Hulu and Netflix and Amazon, so you ain't gotta pay shit to go to check them out, or gotta search for them that hard.
He introduced me to this. I didn't even know Hulu had like a bunch of movies on there, let alone ones that you were describing to me.
Senorita Justice is a whole new level, dog. Like I love Neil Breen, and I feel like he's the god. Neil Breen's god tier. Tommy Wiseau's, like king, and like Senorita Justice. That's a close queen right there, because that movie is some garbage, and it is on Hulu, and I've never seen a movie that looked like it had no ambition. At any point, because it feels like they're just following somebody's day. And you're just like, oh, okay. And then it gets, you're again watching us on YouTube now. Search in YouTube, Senorita Justice trailer and watch it. And you're gonna be like, wow, I can't wait to watch this shit.
When we wrap filming for this, I'm gonna have just like several days where I'm not doing anything. I'm just ordering a bunch of food and all this, and I'm just gonna browse through Hulu on there and just watch a bunch of. Laura and I love doing stuff like that, like all the time.
You lucked out something vicious, because there are not a lot of women in the world that like watching terrible films.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah, like dude, whenever I'm doing like a Neil Breen movie or something. Like I was telling you this earlier. Like whenever I'm doing a Neil Breen movie, I always make sure it's when she's like there so she can see this. Sometimes she gives up and she just goes into like when it's one of the religious movies, she'll usually give up and like fuck this, 20 minutes and fuck this, and then she leaves and goes in the other room.
I got one for you. A religious movie, Sunday Morning Rapture. It's on Hulu.
Oh,
it's on Hulu.
I know of this one. Yeah. Yep. I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking about.
It's on Hulu. Enjoy it, sir.
There's one. Did you ever see Sunday School Musical?
We're about to watch that soon. My homeboy sent me a message. He's like, I think I found Sunday Morning Rapture too. I was like, oh shit, I'll see you when I get back. So yeah, I already have that weekend planned out.
Yeah, have a good time with you. Have a good time with that one.
I can't wait. Man. I cannot wait.
All right, everyone, we're gonna get a little bit of sleep before our final day of shooting tomorrow.
Oh yeah, before we jet out, everybody watching right now, we're making this movie. I'm having a blast doing it. Mr. Jones right here gave me the opportunity to come in and play this character. And I jumped at the opportunity, and like this shoot has been amazing.
Thank you for everything, because you're hilarious in this movie.
No.
And no, seriously, you are. Like, I wrote the part for you, and so you got back to me quick too when I wrote to you about it.
Yeah, you're like, you want to do yes?
Like, yeah, it was really, really quick. I called up Ryan. I was like, sweet, he said yes.
Yeah, man. It was like, you know, I've never shot a movie before. I've never done it, and like everybody, I've been working with you, the director Ryan, literally everybody on set that's part of the crew and the cast. Like, everyone's been cool.
It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been professional, but it's also been fun. Like,
no, it has.
Yeah, and even though it's some hard ass work, and we come back these days and like it's crashing our hotel rooms, but just like, I can't wait to do it again in the morning.
Yeah, same here. Like, even when we're shooting like out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like the hollowed out house, we're huddled around this light and everything. Like, I know that's the thing too. It's like, I wish I didn't know it was gonna get this cold around this time. I wish I could have warned you. Like, there was no warning for any of us.
I keep getting this shit where people, like, everyone here in Illinois is saying, "Oh, it's usually not this cold." Like, I swear to God, it's not this cold.
Your words mean nothing.
Like, how the fuck does that help me? Like, I'm still out here shivering. Like, I'm got on like 19 layers. I'm not used to this. I'm from the South. Got my Falcon socks on. Like,
I do like that it's a wintertime movie now, though.
Yeah, like, this is supposed to be like a nice autumn film, right?
It was written to be like, like it would be like kind of like it could be fall, spring, summer, really.
Now
but
we're traveling home for
it's
Christmas.
winter. Like, it looks like Fargo now.
Yeah, so
I like that. I actually do kind of like that about this movie.
Yeah, man. So it's been a blast, and again, it's some hard work, but I'm from what we've been seeing, like even just standing behind the camera and like the shots we're getting, the cameras we're using, it looks great, and I'm sure it's gonna come across like fantastic on digital and DVD or Blu-ray, however you guys get it. So yeah, man, it's been a blast. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for everything and for being here with us and for experiencing a cold winter, Illinois winter from Texas.
It just lets me know not to come back up here during this
time. He'll never be here again, not even for the premiere.
It depends what time of year you're doing the fucking premiere. If you're gonna be doing this,
don't worry, that'll be in the spring.
Are you sure?
Oh,
will it be the spring?
No guarantees it won't be the coldest spring we've ever had.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Fucking goddamn Illinois.
All right, well, thanks a bunch for watching, and talk to you later.